Hey, Friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And today on Friendo Club Wrestling, we're going to react to the Sports Illustrated, which is, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, the gold standard in all sports and sports entertainment, Larson.
Well, they didn't make that claim years ago.
It's been around for a very long time.
It
certainly.
has been.
Well, we're going to find out today if they are the gold standard of sports entertainment journalism because they have ranked, get this, the 20 greatest WWE wrestlers of all time.
Interesting.
And as you know, when there's like a list or something like this that comes out, you or I will try to guess who's on it. But at this point, because it's been a couple days now, I think we both had this thoroughly spoiled for ourselves. So instead, we're just going to take this list, break it down analytically.
Break it down.
With our... Is D-Generation X on here?
Well,
Looks like
two members are, yeah.
Two members are. And we're going to use our own expertise, and maybe Sports Illustrated will give us a job. Not the way it should go. Who made this list?
That's a good question.
So we don't know? Bob Sports Illustrated?
Sid Puller III.
Is that a fake name? You just
I don't
made that up?
know. Wasn't Sports Illustrated the place that got caught using AI writers?
What's this dude's name? Sid what?
Sid Puller III.
Sid Puller the Third?
Yeah.
That sounds super fake. That guy is so AI. Why would he throw the third in there?
Yeah, last year, Sports Illustrated found publishing AI-generated stories.
Was one of them by Sid Puller the First and
I'm
Sid
not going to
Puller the
speculate.
Second?
Hey, we're getting off track here, though. Let's talk about the top 20 WWE wrestlers according to Sid
I'm
Puller
going to talk about the top 20 Sports Illustrated AI writers.
Take a lot more research to do that.
Probably would. All right, man. Well, look, number one on the list, they've got Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What?
What? The
No
guy.
arguments.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I hate saying this. I feel like one and two are kind of like. I feel like two should be number one, Larson. but he's been proven to be like. Okay, let me ask you this.
All right. Well, who is number two? Who is number two? Before you get
what you gonna do, brother,
Yes.
when Hulkamania can't rip his shirt off at a MAGA rally, brother? Let me ask you
Oh,
something.
a reminder, everybody. It's Fuck Hulk Hogan Day. Every day is Fuck Hulk Hogan Day. Sorry, continue.
It's not like Stone Cold Steve Austin is like, I mean, he's got a history of some unfortunate behavior
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
And that's putting it lightly. Hulk Hogan, let me ask you this. Did Hulk Hogan, outside of wrestling, tarnish his legacy to the degree that he ended up number two to Stone Cold Steve Austin here?
Yes, you could definitely make that argument. Absolutely.
As it pertains, because we're talking about the list, as it pertains to the list.
Yes.
Do you think if he was a citizen of unparalleled morals outside the ring, do you think he would have landed number one here?
I mean, there's a possibility, but even you can make the case Stone Cold would be on the list at number one regardless because he was the top guy during the most profitable not profitable, that's now, during the top, the most.
The peak of its popularity.
Yeah, when wrestling had captured the zeitgeist to its fullest degree was during the Attitude Era, and Stone Cold was front and center of all that. He was the top guy during that point, and for those 3-4 years on the top, historically speaking, that was probably WWE's most lucrative period.
Let me ask you this.
Sure.
Do you think there'd be a consensus if we ran a poll, or if there is a poll ran somewhere? What was the peak of wrestling's popularity, Attitude Era or the Hogan years?
Oh, I think people would say Attitude Era without a doubt.
You think that would be the consensus?
Mm-hmm.
It's on the cover of TV Guide, but I think so was wrestling. Hogan was.
Hogan
too,
was
I
on the
think.
cover of Sports Illustrated.
Well, wow. Well, then why isn't he in there? Wow. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm in my opinion, it'd be the Attitude Era as well, because it was just explosive back then.
Yeah.
But I can understand a lot of people would take the golden years of wrestling, or as they like to call it, the rock and wrestling era, and be like, well, this is where it exploded on the national stage.
And I'm sure people would make the argument that without the Rock and
Right.
wrestling era, there never would have been an Attitude Era. I mean,
How many people do you think would say the new generation was peak popularity?
I mean, maybe Bret Hart would say that. Outside of Bret, probably not.
So Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, number 1 and 2. The Rock came in at number 3 and John Cena at number 4.
Yeah.
I mean, this is I guess, is this ranked in like greatest? Greatest is a very nebulous
It
thing.
is, and in the preceding paragraph that precedes the rankings, there's not necessarily criteria listed as to how this list was formulated.
Like when Dave Meltzer comes up with his list for like the top draws of all time, he has a pretty specific criteria. It was who main evented the most times over a period of the longest period of time. So that's why Triple H is on his list of top draws, because he was for a very long time like the top heel of WWE. He had a long career, et cetera.
Well, like in PWI, their annual rankings, they list what the criteria is. So we know exactly what they're basing this list off of. This is just Sid Puller's the third's opinion.
Okay. All right. Yeah, for sure. Undertaker, number 6. Triple H, number 7. Shawn Michaels,
you
number
skipped
8.
Roman Reigns at 5.
Yeah, sorry. The Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, at number 5.
Put your ones up for your Tribal Chief, Steve.
For Roman Reigns, correct. Boy, that throws things out of whack.
What does?
Roman Reigns at number 5. You know why?
Why?
Ask John Q. Average on the street. He'll know who Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, and probably John Cena. Everybody knows John Cena these days.
Yeah.
I don't know. John Q. Average knows Roman Reigns.
That's entirely possible.
John Q. Average probably knows Randy Savage, who's at number 11.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy.
And
Again,
probably Andre the Giant at number 16.
And Andre the Giant. Yeah, at number 16. Yeah. But Andre was huge in terms of like his impact, but he was actually with like, I don't know. What did he do? Yeah. Andre was like worldwide.
Yeah. I mean, you can make the argument that, he was not at his physical peak. I mean, his body was starting to break down by the time the Rock and wrestling era came about.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you look at Andre in like the 60s, this dude was moving like fucking,
he was doing missile drop kicks
Bryan.
and stuff. It's his in-ring peak was probably 15 years before he burst out into the mainstream.
He invented the Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah. Second
It's
row
just
pile
weird
driver,
to
all
me.
that, yeah.
It's weird to me though that like where Andre is on this list is funny to me, because you've got 14 Edge, 15 Randy Orton. Okay, they go hand in hand. I'd easily put Orton above Edge. I understand Edge literally has like more championships,
title wins than anybody else. That would be history outside the hardcore 24/7 title. Yeah,
but Orton's Orton. You know what I mean? Like, what, 14 world titles, something like that?
Yeah.
And then you have Andre in there. Yeah. And then you go back to sort of like the modern day, which is like CM Punk and Chris Jericho are on there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Andre's being sandwiched between those guys is just weird to me. I don't know why.
No, I understand that.
Like a lot of now, and then Andre's just in there. Notable. So let's go down the rest of this. Number 6, Undertaker. That makes sense. 7 and 8, break it down. Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Although I'd put Shawn Michaels above Triple H.
I would too. If we're talking wrestlers, absolutely.
Well, we're talking about greatest wrestlers.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If the criteria is greatest wrestlers, not what they've done after their wrestling career is over, then absolutely Shawn Michaels is above Triple H, without doubt.
Yeah, but but here's the thing. We're still not understanding what the criteria here is.
I know, I'm just going by greatest wrestlers. In my mind, being one of the greatest wrestlers, component of that has to be in-ring, and you can make the case that Shawn Michaels is the best in-ring competitor that's ever been in WWE. Ever.
I would agree with that, but then one guy who would also lay that claim isn't even on this list.
I know. It's Daniel Bryan. Yeah.
Where's Daniel Bryan on this list?
It's not on it. It's ridiculous.
He had perhaps the greatest WrestleMania moment of all time. Although some could make the case, I guess, it might be Hogan slamming Andre, but that's stupid to me.
Yeah.
Honestly, CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, I kind of feel like they're interchangeable to a degree.
Yeah, strange. Well, I mean, they're not, because Daniel Bryan actually made an event at WrestleMania.
That's true as well. Chris Jericho technically did, but I think most people would be like,
Yeah.
I'd put Daniel Bryan before Chris Jericho.
Yeah, I would too. Number 9 here, Bret Hart.
A little high.
You think so? Yeah,
I
maybe
think
he
Bret,
should be in the early teens. Yeah.
you know what's wild?
Huh.
Bret seems like Bret Hart's outside of the ring legacy is like tops.
Yeah. Now. Yeah.
Guys on the right side of history every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anti Goldberg, anti Hogan. If he was a scumbag, like a big scumbag, like a Hogan level scumbag, he wouldn't even be on this list. I feel.
Number 10, we got Bruno. Be honest, seems a little low for the legacy of one Bruno Sammartino.
I kind of feel like Bruno should be at number 5.
Yeah, he should be.
I
The
think
top
he should
5
be-
should be like the top 5 draws in WWE history. That's kind of my feeling.
Because that's the thing. That's what wrestling's about. Is
making
making
money.
money.
And when he
Making
came back
money.
in the 80s, Bruno could still go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 11, Macho Man. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
12, Kurt Angle.
Okay, I love Kurt Angle. I do. And again, it depends on the criteria. I don't know if he belongs on the list.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Really?
He was spectacular. 13, Roddy Piper. 14,
Yeah, Piper's
Edge.
great.
15, Randall Keith Orton. 16, Andre the Giant. 17, CM Punk. 18, Chris Jericho. 19, Mick Foley.
I love Mick Foley. And I think he deserves to be. He's like probably one of the... and if this was top 5 most loved WWE wrestlers, he might be number 1.
Be pretty high up there.
He'd be really... Name somebody more loved than him. In terms of like pure love. Like, oh
I
my
don't know
gosh.
if I can.
Right?
I honestly
He
don't know
might
if I can.
Is that a list you and I should come up with?
Most beloved wrestlers?
Yeah.
I mean, Andre would be pretty high up there. Probably be him and Foley vying for number 1. Number 20 on this list, and in my estimation, way too low, is Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch is great.
Becky Lynch should be much higher because I think in about 5 or 10 years, we're going to see a lot of wrestlers come into the business being inspired by Becky. Main eventing WrestleMania 35. I think in a few years, that's going to be looked back as, I mean, it's already seen as a historic, monumental event, but even more so. You know, we get a few years down the line. So she should be much higher on this list, I feel like.
Do you need to tell that to the people at Voices of Wrestling?
Why? What did they say?
Oh, you didn't see... I saw this the other day. There was like transcripts going around of like a segment that they had where they were like really severely downplaying the significance of the 4 horsewomen. Yeah.
All right. Well, Steve.
No, I agree. Becky should be higher.
Yeah. Speaking of someone else that should be higher, Steve, other than Becky Lynch, who on this list should be ranked higher?
All right, so who should be? You know, again, it's like without. So Bruno, obviously, I think should be number 5.
Mm-hmm.
If you put like, and again, I'm honestly trying to understand sort of the criteria. Well, let me ask this real quick.
Sure.
This is a tangent. Do you think Steve and Larson could come up with a Steve and Larson top 20 WWE greatest wrestlers of all time that we both are happy and satisfied with?
I think
or
we
our
could.
opinions varied enough that we would be like,
No, I think we could come to a consensus. Yeah,
I
totally.
think we probably could. I think we should.
In fact,
We
when
should.
I actually put something together that I could send to you, and then we could talk about it.
Oh, for another video. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, I like that. The good idea. I think that's good.
So,
Yeah, dude. I know. I get it. I love Kurt Angle. I really do. Again, also, fucking solid guy outside the ring. I mean, we've heard that anecdote. I think Hilton had like an experience with it, which was amazing.
Yeah.
But like above Orton, above Punk, I don't know, man. I don't know. I kind of feel like Punk is a bit higher than that guy.
Wow. All right, then
I
with that in
know,
mind,
I
who's someone that's who's someone that you think is ranked too high that needs to be bumped further down the list?
Man, this pains me to say. I think Randy should also be higher. I think Randy Savage should be higher. That guy was a pop culture guy. I think by just a little bit, and maybe it's funny because like I'm trying to figure out like I've got a bias towards Triple H
Yeah,
because I like Triple H,
you do.
but like, and he was like top bad guy. He was top draw. I don't know. Maybe he belongs exactly at number 7. I do to a degree feel like Triple H and Shawn Michaels should be flipped though.
Wow. Oh yeah.
Kinda.
Shawn Michaels should be higher. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Undertaker's too high.
Boy, that's a tough one, man. Because again,
his legacy is built on longevity and dedication to character. In ring, his matches were generally only as good as his opponents were, and he was always a dog shit promo.
That's actually a good point. But he was always able to perform to the level of his opponents.
Yeah, but he was never able to elevate his opponents above, like, how, a standard performance from them. Not on, he wasn't the wrestler on the level of Brett or Sean or Daniel Bryan, who could, wrestle someone who might not be the best in-ring worker and bring them to a good match.
Yeah, no, oh, dude, no, I agree with that.
So in that sense, I don't feel like Undertaker ever elevated his opponents in that regard.
On the flip side of that, though, dude, the fact that he kept kayfabe for such a long time, and probably should have kept keeping kayfabe, even after he retired. The fact that he kept kayfabe for so long, and he was able to maintain the mystique even through a biker gimmick, he was a foundational piece for literal decades. And that...
Yeah, but number 6 is too high.
I don't know. I kind of feel like number 6. At worst, he should be number 8. Maybe number 7. If you do Stone Cold, Hogan, Rock, Cena,
Bruno, Roman, Shawn, Triple H.
I would
Macho
say
Man.
I would say this. 5 should be HBK.
All right.
6 probably Brett, because you want to keep those guys together. 7 Macho Man, 8 Triple H. Then we're looking at Taker.
You forgot Bruno. Bruno he said was top 5.
Bruno's number 5.
All right, so you got to bump all that down. So Taker would be number 10.
Oh, I thought I had Bruno number 5 already.
You said Shawn at 5.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Taker at 10. Taker at 10. Yeah. Yeah. But then that seems low also.
No, it's actually still seems a little high. We mentioned Daniel Bryan. Is there anybody else that you feel like absolutely positively should be on this list but is not?
I'll be honest with you, man. Probably Charlotte.
Yeah.
I think Charlotte.
Yep.
I think Charlotte. Yeah, I think Charlotte. I think, oh, man. Yeah, I think Charlotte. You know what? There are 2 names on this list that I'm like, oh, maybe they shouldn't be on here. And I hate saying it. I'm going to get killed for saying this. Because I love him. I think he's great. Roddy Piper. I understand how important he was early on. I get that. Wasn't a world champion.
Yeah. The only title he ever won at WWE is the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, and that was like after,
Again, without criteria.
There's no criteria here.
There's no. Well, I mean, I'm guessing there was criteria during this list. It hasn't been made public.
He wasn't but I mean, here's the thing: Piper and Punk are essentially the same thing. Like Punk always references Piper.
Yeah.
So you flip them, and Punk has won like multiple world titles.
Yeah.
Piper main evented WrestleMania in a tag.
Yeah, Piper did main event WrestleMania. Yeah.
Where's Orndorff, by the way?
That's a good question.
Day, I'll be honest with you. Where the fuck is Bob Backlund on this list?
Yeah, no, I thought that too. Yeah. Yep.
Iron Sheik, maybe, but he was like a transitional.
Yeah, he didn't have the title very long.
No, he didn't. But he did pop an erection when he lost it to Hogan.
He did.
Not many people can say that.
So let me ask you this.
Edge shouldn't be on this list.
Yeah, I don't think Edge should be on there either. Christian deserves to be on there above Edge.
No.
Let me ask you this. I'm not serious.
Okay. I know.
Who wrestling now, other than Christian, who in the prime of their career right now, in 10 years' time, will be on Sid Puller's third's list of 20 greatest wrestling WWE superstars in the year 2034? Give me a couple names.
A name that, honestly, I feel like probably deserves to be on here right now also, Bianca.
Yeah.
Bianca's a fucking star.
Yeah.
She is huge, man. She's main evented once or twice?
Once, I believe.
Once Mania?
Sasha
her and Banks?
Yeah.
I could see at the end of the day Rhea being on this list. But to me, Bianca is like an all-timer.
Yeah, I feel like it's Bianca, it's Rhea, it's Seth Rollins, and probably Cody Rhodes.
Seth Rollins and Cody. Cody will make it. Cody will make it. If Solo continues his trajectory right now, I think Solo. I got tickets.
All right, put your ones up for your tribal chief, Steve.
I'll put my ones up for Sully. He's been doing good work.
Hey, he did it. He did it. I got him to do it.
All right, I can't beat that. Anyways, let us know what you guys think about Sid Polar III's AI list here from Sports Illustrated. And we're going to do our own list, Larson.
We are.
Yeah, we are.
We are.
All right, that's going to do it. See you guys around.
Goodbye.